Hi and welcome to this week's energy forecast. I'm Rachel Thompson Phillips, the creator of the BEYOU Oracle Cards and also of the Sacred Oracle online program. This week's energy forecast is for December the 20th through till December the 26th, which takes us through the Christmas and the Boxing Day period. This week's overall theme is called a Deliverance of Truth. So let's go in and see how this week's overall theme's message unfolds through the Oracle cards. Monday and Tuesday is the card of courage. Wednesday through to Friday is the card of hope. And the weekend's message is abundance. Now, with the start of the week being the courage card, we have just gone through a beautiful full moon in Gemini. And if you know a little bit about or know of a Gemini, they can be in those two minds. So the card of courage and the deliverance of truth is that your soul is trying to reveal to you some of those hidden untruths that you have been hiding behind. It's wanting you to look at things from a completely clear perspective, to be able to take a step back and have a look at what is going on within you and to unveil the real truth of what is going on. What that could mean is, I'm just going to throw a couple of different examples out there. You could be thinking that you're right in a situation when in actual fact what you're needing to have a look at is a different perspective, to be able to see other people's point of view and maybe see how you played an integral role in how the situation is playing out, and that you being right is not actually the real truth behind that, or that your intention in that situation was not what you actually stated. It could also mean that if you're in business and you're not where you want to be, you may have been hiding behind the fact of, because of X, Y, and Z, this is not where I wanted to be, and passing the blame onto another situation without taking into account your actual role. Everything is about your role, your perception, your reality, and how you're choosing to hide behind things that are not the truth. And this is why it is that deliverance of truth, because the Gemini part has allowed you to hide behind those excuses. And now the other side of the Gemini is now saying, hey, hang on a second. Where is your truth in this situation? So it may cause you to dig a little bit deeper below the surface to gain a new perspective, to be able to actually really access that truth. But I feel like you already knew what the truth is. You've just masked it with lots of different excuses to justify why you are where you are. Yet there is a deep yearning for wanting more, and you have hidden behind the excuses and not giving yourself permission to be able to claim that this is what you want and then go after it. That's why the courage card is coming up. There's two parts in the courage to confront your truth, and also the courage to be able to recognize that you want more and you can go after it and get more. We are humans, we're designed for more. As we learn, grow, and evolve, we want more, and more on multitude of levels, more from yourself, more from life, more opportunities, more amazing people, more abundance. And as you can see with the abundance card coming up at the end of the week, there is all this beautiful signs showing up, revealing to you that you can have that. But in order for you to be able to claim what it is that you want, you first must be able to access your truth. And that's where you're going to need to be able to dig below the surface and really explore that. If you have a look at the card, it actually does show the two faces. And the first face is actually showing that you've been showing up as that human part, hiding behind the fact, rather than being able to access that real courageous lioness within your own self, to be able to moment that for me, I've always believed that if we access our truth, therefore it gives us permission to be able to honor what it is that you want. But being able to access your truth can also be masked and hidden behind lots of different illusions that we put in front of ourselves, because This is the important thing, to be able to go in and explore what have been some of the limiting beliefs that you've been hiding behind. Why are you not giving yourself permission to have exactly what it is that you want? Are you afraid of the hard work? Are you afraid to admit that you want more, and you're afraid that if you go after it, you may not reach the level of what you want? These are all the important things to be able to go in and explore Monday and Tuesday, which then leads us forward. So the gorgeous thing here is that we move into the hope card. So I am going to make a big assumption and say that Monday and Tuesday is going to be held with a lot of epiphanies within your own self, doing that deep inner soul work to be able to access your truth, which then leads you through to the midweek, which is the hope card, which therefore gives you that moment of clarity when you can remove the mask that you've hidden behind the untruths and have access to seeing your truth. That presents the opportunity of endless possibilities, because then you start to recognize that it is actually okay for you to have everything that you want and be the version of yourself that you want to, and that being afraid is okay. It's part of the journey. And therefore that allows us to be able to activate that hope, because when you have hope, hope gives you permission to believe in yourself. Hope gives you the access to be able to engage your willpower and determination, which is exactly what the card says. I'm actually going to read it for you at the bottom. And this card says, starshines so bright, they show your willpower and determination to reach all your goals. And that's exactly what is coming through. You're going to have this remembrance of the promises and the dreams and the goals that you wanted to attain this year. And with that access of truth, it's going to unlock that version of self. And sometimes we just, because this message falls through the Christmas periods where we have the opportunity to take a little bit of a break, sometimes it's so important to be able to access this type of information when you are not being bombarded by the just day-to-day daily grind of getting through this. Sometimes that moment that you step away from being in the thick of your own, I don't want to use the word delusion, because that seems, but that's the message that keeps coming through, where we've been deluding our own self around thinking that you can't have what you want, and deluding the truth behind all of the lies and untruths and excuses and justifications. And therefore this really does allow you to step into that place to be able to go, you know what? If you're listening to this message, I bet you any money there is a part within your own self that says, whatever it is, that goal or that dream or that vision or that space within your own self where you are fulfilling a purpose, there is a part in your own self that just says, I can't give up. I wish I could. I wish I could walk away. And we all do sometimes when we feel so passionate about something. But yet there's something so deep within your soul that's saying, give it one more shot. Just give it everything. Take a little bit of a break. Step back. Learn from what you've been able to unmask over the last couple of days. And remember that. Maybe write them down to be able to show some of the patterns and behaviors where you have kept yourself hidden from your truth, and maybe write them down so you have that opportunity to, the next time you catch yourself, or if you do find yourself in that same pattern or cycle, you can immediately recognize it and therefore implement some transformational change right in that given moment. So this is this beautiful moment where hope gives us access into being able to believe that you are capable of doing and being everything that you want in this life. Then it moves through to the weekend's message, which is an abundance. And I love how this falls on Christmas Day, because it's giving you that opportunity to reveal to you. There is an abundance of time. There is an abundance of love. There is an abundance of joy and happiness and all of these things that you may not have been able to see because you were so deep in seeing your own pain that you were unable to be able to see this. And now all of a sudden, because you're having this beautiful break and enjoying and being surrounded by family and friends, and you know, for me it's also about that moment to be able to really spend precious time to really deeply connect with people, because life gets busy and all of a sudden, like, we catch up with people and it's like this small intermittent thing, moment that you get a glimpse to do because there's so many other things that have to get done over that weekend or on that next day. So being able to have deep personal connections with people because you have the time is so invaluable, and we're given this an abundance that shows up, and also too in around your dreams, your goals and your visions and your passions, because it's showing you that there is an abundance everywhere around you. You have just managed to shrink it and condense it so much to maybe possibly have thought that, you know, those great things and people out there, we see on social media all the time, the amount of people that are out there really succeeding and doing extremely well. Sometimes we find it easier to hide behind and go, you know, those people are doing it, but I don't think I can. And give yourself permission to believe in that shit, and you know it's not true. Now all of a sudden you've accessed that courage, you're showing up as that lioness, you're giving yourself permission to reactivate that willpower and determination to give it one more shot, and then all of a sudden the universe provides you with an abundance of everything that is available to you. So I want to say this to you: do not ever give up on hope. If you have hope, then you have everything. And this is going to be such an eye-opening week, but the moment that I drew these cards, there was a lightness that comes on. When we access our own truth, we do find that space where, when we are so deep in the thick of hiding behind excuses, it gets heavy and really, really dense. And through accessing those truths, there is a beautiful lightness, and it's like almost like I can see like the sun is shining again. You're giving, because lightness is, you are a light body, and so therefore that deliverance of truth brings about such a renewed vitality of energy that really does elevate you and bring you into a new perspective and a new perception filter that just goes, you know what? I'm ready to give it another shot. So I wish you all an incredibly amazing, amazing, amazing Christmas break. Thank you, each and every one of you, for supporting and listening to my energy forecast every week. I'm so looking forward to seeing what 2022 holds for us. And I hope that you all stay safe and are surrounded by an abundance of love, joy, and happiness. So much love to you. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.